Coming up next on Samford News Network, students are counting down the days until spring break. But hear why Student Life says there's still a few things you need to take care of before you leave.
And campus prepares to welcome a football legend. Learn more about how you can see Tim Tebow after spring break.
And it's the 7th SOCON championship for the Bulldogs this academic year. Learn more about the dynasty that track and field is building. Samford News Network starts right now. Hello and welcome to Samford News Network. I'm Chris Todd.
And I'm Lindsay Cagle. Thanks for joining us.
If you're like many students on campus, you're probably looking forward to spring break, which starts this Saturday.
Nikolai Kolb joins us from the newsroom to tell us more about what you need to prepare.
As students are dreaming of sunny beaches or maybe just a few days without classes, Samford officials want to remind you there's a few things you need to do before you leave for spring break.
Samford University is just a couple days away from spring break, and students are looking forward to going to various places.
I'll be going up to Gatlinburg for a couple days.
I'm going to Cuba.
Houston, Texas.
While students pack for their spring break trips, those who live on campus still need to close up their rooms or know what to expect if they are staying on campus.
There's an email that Res Life sends out that has all the information about what's open on campus and what's functioning. So like if someone's staying on campus, it's important to know what the dining options are, or it's important to know that like visitation doesn't happen.
Classes in Friday, March 3rd and will resume on Monday, March 13th.
From all of the SNN crew, we hope you have a happy and safe spring break. Back to the studio.
President Beck Taylor and some Samford business students started their travel a little early. The group is participating in the 2023 Finance Leaders Conference in New York City. Dr. Rusty Yerkes is leading the student trip. Students will network with key business leaders in the Big Apple. You can learn more about the trip at fma.org/FLC2023.
Samford is gearing up to welcome a football legend on campus later this month. Pro football player and Christian speaker Tim Tebow will serve as a guest lecturer for the 12th annual Courts Distinguished Author Series. He'll be highlighting his new book, Mission Possible. The event is March 14th in the Wright Center. Alumni Relations Coordinator Kathy Acton says having Tebow as a part of this tradition honors its creator.
They worked with Mrs. Courts to create a series that would honor she and former President Courts, his history, of course, love of books and all the things that were very special, and as a fundraiser for the School of Education.
To purchase tickets, go to samford.edu/education/events. Parents and alumni discounts are available. The Read Revival was a global phenomenon that lasted for days. Samford officially ended the revival on Friday. The revival may have ended, but SGA is keeping the spirit alive. SNN's Josiah Cotton has more about it.
Worship is worship. For the past week, there has been a revival on campus. There will be an opportunity to be a part of this movement tonight at 7 p.m. The Student Government Association is hosting a praise and worship event in the Reed Chapel.
Worship is an opportunity for the student body to come together and to just worship. We'll have various groups. The Samford Gospel Choir will be there and other artists to lead us in worship as a campus and to just reflect on the goodness of God and to be able to come together and lift up His name.
I'm excited about SGA Worship Night. I'm glad that they allowed us to come again this year, Samford Gospel Choir, to sing and worship the Lord with them. I'm actually excited about hearing the word as well. I remember last year they had someone speak on the end of the program. I'm excited to hear what they have in store for us.
The SGA event is tonight at 7 p.m. Come and start your spring break off right with a little praise and worship. For SNN, I'm Josiah Cotton.
And the Office of Spiritual Life wants to hear from you. The group is currently taking prayer requests through Instagram. To submit a prayer request, visit at Samford SL on Instagram. Then click on the link in their bio.
Attention on the Office of Spiritual Life to keep the spirit of the revival up on campus. A new employee is working to support students who were moved and affected by these recent events. SNN's Caroline Spikes tells us how the new associate campus minister has adjusted to life on campus so far.
Taylor McQueen spoke on Matthew 14 at Convo this past Tuesday. She opened up about what it means to her and how she has applied it to her own life.
That was special to just share my heart with students, so many that I've never met yet, haven't met yet, to share what God's been using Matthew 14 in my life and challenge them with it, of asking them, what is it, where do you need to step out of the boat?
Taylor's step of faith was this new job. She is from a small town in Auburn, Alabama, where she led church youth for 8 years. She decided to leave all of what she knew to pour into college students in a brand new city.
I was so hesitant and just like, well, this doesn't sound like me. But the more that I just kept praying about it, the more that I found out more information about it, God just kept opening doors and just like opening my heart to considering a big change like this.
Despite her reservations, through prayer and a leap of faith, she was excited for what's next.
I remember being on the phone with Bobby Gatlin, my boss now, and officially telling him, like, I'm moving forward with this. And I think I screamed. I was like, ah! And he just laughed. He was like, are you good? And I was like, yes.
Though her day-to-day looks different, she plans to bring the fun into college campus ministry.
I would love to help bring a little bit of my student ministry background to Samford. I love fun events. I love to bring the party and help students have fun and see that like walking with God is so much fun and there is so much joy in it, and Christian community is just unmatched.
As her new chapter is just beginning, she is proud to be a Samford Bulldog. With the Samford News Network, this is Caroline Spikes.
A beloved former history professor returned to campus Tuesday evening. Jim Brown taught at Samford for 45 years. During his tenure, he took students to 22 countries across 5 different continents. Now, he has returned to speak on his new book, Distracted by Alabama. Brown says he hopes it will inspire Samford students to reach out to new people looking for friends in unlikely places. Brown's book is available at book retailers nationwide.
Samford professors are using new technology to explore the research questions, and as SNN's Breck Brigham shows us, one faculty member is hoping to change communities around the globe throughout the use of virtual reality.
Samford University just had a research day for some of its professors. Dr. Devers and Dr. Brakey gave some insight in their recent research on technological trends and how it applied to their areas of expertise. Dr. Brakey is an assistant professor of architecture and interior design. His presentation today was on the technology and its uses in these fields.
I presented research that I do that's related to the built environment. I showed how technology is used in design and development.
One main topic of both talks today was VR and its uses. VR allows for architects and designers to show more and not just do it with paper and pencil. The medium is quickly growing and a great use in many fields, but especially in architecture and design.
Because VR is an interactive medium that allows the wearer of the glasses to be able to see multiple views of a project in different conditions, which is much more dynamic than pencil and paper or printed renderings.
This growing newer technology allows these architects to get inside their projects and really show and tell designers and clients in a much more dynamic way what they are seeking to accomplish. For SNN, I'm Breck Brigham.
Brakey just received a Samford Faculty Development Grant. The grant will be used to purchase Oculus VR headsets, mixed reality HoloLens headsets, and more technology to help architecture students. Brakey says he hopes this will inspire his students to innovate their field.
A sweet surprise for the junior class. SGA celebrated the class of 2024 with a cotton candy fair. SGA officials worked with West House Events to provide the treats. They say they wanted to celebrate spring with the juniors before elections later this month. Campaigning for the SGA positions will begin after spring break. Elections will be held March 20th. Stay up to date with all your latest Samford news with us online. Follow us on Instagram at SNN Samford.
Or you can check us out online at thesamfordcrimson.com.
Still to come on Samford News Network. Men and women's basketball get ready for the SOCON championships. Learn more about the Bulldogs' upcoming tournament.
And as track and field gets another SOCON title, hear how one senior is preparing for her last conference championship. Samford News Network will be right back.
Welcome back to Samford News Network. It's been a historic year for Samford sports. Men's basketball just received a share of the regular season conference title.
That makes the 7th conference title this academic year for the Bulldogs. Now, men's and women's are heading to North Carolina for the SOCON Championship. SNN's Connor Lloyd joins us in the newsroom with an inside look at what the Bulldogs will be facing.
This is March, and with March comes madness. Before the NCAA tournament begins, the conference tournaments must be played to determine who makes both the men's and women's tournament. The Samford women's team finished 6th in the regular season SOCON standings with a conference tournament of 7-7 and an overall record of 13-16. They will play ETSU in the first round of the SOCON tournament today. The Samford men's team will be the 2 seed heading into the conference tournament. The men's team finished with a conference record of 15-3 and overall record of 21-10. They will play the winner of Chattanooga and VMI on Saturday at 5. Stay up to date on the latest conference news on our Instagram, SNN Samford. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Connor. This weekend, Samford will host the Gulf South Conference men and women's basketball tournament. There will be 4 semifinal games on Saturday, leading into the championships on Sunday. This is an opportunity for the players to be able to play in a Division I gym. Their game will also be broadcast on the GSC website. Gulf South Communication Specialist Jason Oliveira says this is an important tradition.
It's been a wonderful event. Our membership has been very happy with it and provided us a great environment and experience for our student athletes.
If you're on campus this weekend, come out to the Pete Hanna Center to cheer on these Gulf South teams.
The Samford track dynasty continues. The indoor team just claimed another SOCON championship. Samford won the SOCON Indoor Track and Field Championship at VMI Sunday. The women won their 8th straight title. It's the 2nd longest active streak at Samford, behind 9th straight for soccer. The men took their 4th straight indoor title. Overall, Samford won 11 individual SOCON championships. Ty Kimberlin won his 4th straight heptathlon, setting a SOCON championship record in points. He says it's a meaningful win for the entire team.
I mean, it feels good, but it's been really awesome just spending 4 years with different athletes in the multi-group. So it's really been a long time coming. They really pushed me a ton.
Samford moves on now to the outdoor season, which starts March 18th. The Bulldogs are defending SOCON championships in outdoor as well. You can catch the Bulldogs at home on April 14th.
For Samford Track seniors, this streak is quite an emotional one. SNN's Morgan Hutchinson shows us how senior Riley Alexander is preparing for her final meet as a Bulldog.
After the Indoor SOCON Championship held in Virginia, the women's team bring home their 8th consecutive indoor title, and senior hurdler Riley Alexander brings home her 4th. She shares how it feels to continue to win after all these years.
It's incredible to be on a team that just continues to keep winning.
With outdoor conference and graduation approaching in 2 months, Riley's focused on working hard while she's also focused on being in the moment and taking it all in.
Enjoying just where I'm at right now. It is my last season, so just soaking it up and just doing what I've always done, but continuing just to work hard.
Riley will be lacing up her spikes and setting up her blocks for her final time as a Samford Bulldog, with hopes to bring home one more title before she leaves. For SNN, I'm Morgan Hutchinson.
Alexander's first outdoor appearance will be at Western Carolina, May 8th and 9th.
The Birmingham Bulls haven't exactly been contenders in their previous 5 years in Pelham. With only a month before the playoffs, the Bulls find themselves comfortably locked into the postseason. The Bulls currently boast the longest point streak in the league. Peoria has a 7-point lead on the second-place Bulls. Captain Mike Davis is having a career year as he chases his 100th career goal. The Bulls have also had their highest attendance in their 6-year history. College night for the Bulls is on March 30th. College students will receive $5 glass seats with a valid college ID.
Intramural soccer season started on Monday. With freshmen finally getting settled on campus, many have found IM Sports as a way to connect with upperclassmen. Sophomore Hadley Smith says meeting different people from across campus has been one of her favorite parts of participating.
Just like the collaboration of like different grades and different people from different backgrounds, meeting a lot of new people is probably the best part.
Sign-ups for IM Soccer are still open. For more information on the upcoming intramural sports, download the IM Leagues app from the App Store. Well, that's all the time we have left for Samford News Network. Join us again after spring break for the latest episode.
In the meantime, get all your latest SNN news online at thesamfordcrimson.com or on Instagram at SNN Samford.
Have a great day and a great spring break.